I mean,
Or a thing.
that's an accurate assessment of his purpose in the plot. He's simply there to be an obstacle for the gang.
Get out the
'Cause-
way!
Because he doesn't have much of a backstory at all. Because he doesn't
have
talk.
a name.
He's the Boba Fett of the
Exactly.
show.
He's
It's kind of like he's got a cool like ability, and he's just put there to distract and be an obstacle to them.
Not
He just looks
really.
cool.
I mean, so what? You can shoot fire out of your head? Big deal. Katara bet her sweat. Like, step up.
Yep.
What were you gonna say, Daniel?
I might have lost the train of thought, but yeah, he's basically just here to introduce question bending and be an obstacle right now. I love one use of him later on, but we will get to it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Otherwise, I think that about covers the runaway. But I do have to ask, do you guys have a favorite scam?
Oh,
Let me think.
My
I
favorite
remember.
is Toph pretending to get hit by the carriage. Because it
yes.
brings Sokka with the beard.
Wang Fa.
I
It
think
went fire.
I think my favorite is just the classic where like he's about to push the rock into his sleeve and she's just like bink, and it goes back in. That's just my favorite because he's like, wait a minute.
I love the way he looks at it. Like he gets so
Yeah.
He's
He's
like,
like wait.
Huh?
What?
eh?
I like the carnival
Oh,
strongman thing.
Yes, that one was funny.
that was good too. They got real creative with how they can use her earthbending for scams.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite character.
Honestly, I don't even know how she got caught because they were doing a pretty good job.
Well, she got caught because that was part of the scam. Katara fake turned her in.
Oh, that's right. No. I mean, when they started putting up her posters.
Oh, probably because she just scammed so many people.
Yeah.
It's like, still, every time it was just so good.
It's like, hey man, I just lost everything to a little blind girl. He's like, you won't believe this,
Me too.
Jim, but so did I. It's like we have a problem with blind girls going around stealing everything. We need to contact the local authorities.
We should arrest her.
Sharp cut to Hawk flipping coins in her hands and like juggling her bags of money.
And a little manipulation of Sokka to keep quiet about the Wanna poster.
Yes.
Paying them off.
Yeah.
Love her.
Which gets us hockey. So, I'm fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Appa, though, he has to be the one to stop the fighting between Hockey and Momo.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
He's the
Appa?
mature one.
Appa's not appreciated enough. I've said it once, I'll say it 1,000,000 times.
I mean, Appa is that big enough to carry the entire show on his back.
That's what I said. I said it must be so exhausting to carry an entire show for everyone all the time.
He's absolutely the best character.
That's what you get when you get Joey on the show, and I love it. I love every minute of it.
So
Puns.
are we going to the puppet master? So
Yeah.
that when after we mention that, I can mention my thing, which will make Nora apologize. We're gonna have
Oh.
I don't want to. I have to apologize.
So, all right, the Puppet Master, a kindly old innkeeper who they learn was originally from the southern waterfront. She has a dark secret.
She collects marionettes. No, she's. We get the introduction of a new type of bending in this episode.
I feel bad for Elma.
Jaren and Nora.
I feel bad for her.
This was my favorite episode of the entire series so far. It was legitimately terrifying at times.
Series so far.
This episode was jacked. Like, I was at a loss of words after watching it.
Yeah, I thought it was genuinely great.
I had even been spoiled about the blood bending, and I didn't even see it coming. I forgot.
Okay, so I heard the term bloodbending before, but I thought it was a Korra thing.
Well, I was expecting someone to get injured and be like, Katara to be like, oh no, let me bend their blood and make it butter. But that's not what happened. Instead, we had some American Horror Story kind of moving marionette episode with some prison torture and for fun and kicks and giggles.
Yeah, by the way, this aired on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, so was this a Halloween episode? It really felt like a Halloween
Watching
special.
this episode.
Let's see when the original air date was.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I remember when I watched it when I was little. I used to love it. I would be like, I wish I could do that to people.
That explains a few things.
Olivia!
Yeah.
Original air date was October 25th in UK and November 9th in the US. So around Halloween. Yeah.
Huh.
I
Well, I wonder why it aired first in the UK.
I mean, nothing is more terrifying than Courage the Cowardly Dog. So if that was aired as a kid's show, this is fine.
Yeah, but that was on Cartoon Network.
Okay, but that show
Cartoon Network is
called
the
for
angry older brother of the cartoon stations.
No,
Yeah.
but I would like Nora to take back what she said when she said water bending was the weakest form of bending.
I've taken
Waiting
it
for
back.
these 2 episodes to happen so that she could be like, I'm so sorry.
Listen, let me explain. I've taken it back a few times and I've said their bending is obviously the coolest. It's just there's not water around. So I still had not connected that blood bending was about to happen. I had just simply forgot it. And so this lady was like, I found there's water everywhere. And I was like, finally, they're going to use the water molecules in the air. It's about time.
There is no water in this air. What's your excuse? You run out of muscle?
And then she was like, skip that.
That's an incredible joke there, Jaren.
I didn't get it. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I've referenced that like 3 times now.
Anyway,
But she was like, let me skip pulling water out of the air and brain control people. So
No, she goes to flowers first.
yeah,
Just
that
body
was
control,
cool.
not brain control. Just
Yeah, not brain.
Just
Literally
controlling
using them
muscles.
as puppets.
Potato. But
could
but yeah,
mess
like
blood in their brains.
Yeah. She could
But,
probably make them explode as well.
oh,
Yeah. just make a hemorrhage, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
she could
made
put
me
water in trees and cause the tree trunks to snap. She could do
Yeah.
that.
it made me uncomfortable to think of the blood swooshing around as she moved her fingers because I don't do
The
blood.
sound effects.
Oh
This-
yeah, it was like
Starts controlling someone.
I don't like it.
And it's meant to be creepy because it's definitely crossing a line. Because
Yeah.
because everything else, all the other bending has been controlling some sort of outside force, but this is the first type of bending that directly controls another living thing.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
so,
and it's kind of
No,
like
it was spooky.
you're. This is why Katara didn't want to do it. You're like invading that person without asking them permission, and it's not ethical.
Yeah. So like a big thing that's important to me is like being in control and like knowing what I'm doing. And like that is like just on a personal level just genuinely terrifying, the thought of someone controlling you and not being in control of your body.
Yeah.
And the way she forces Katara to learn the technique.
Mm.
Like, note this episode ends on is Katara just breaking down and sobbing. Because now, like, even if she never uses it again, she has this ability.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
And that line, You're a bloodbender. I was discussing with my brother the fact that they introduced a power so OP, but there's such a moral, ethical ramification of using it. Like in Harry Potter, there's literally a spell that you can instantly kill someone using it, but like this, it's a forbidden curse.
It's like a nuke button, pretty much. Like
Yeah,
she can solve all her problems, but it takes a lot out of her, both like physically, because she has to really concentrate. Like she needs the full moon to be up before she can bloodbend, but
yeah.
also it's emotionally taxing.
Yeah.
Technically, she could just control Firelord Ozai to like snap his neck or something. But you know,
why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself?
It's not her destiny. It's Aang's.
No, can we talk about Hama's little backstory, because really enjoyed it. Because first we get her telling them about what happened when they kidnapped her, and then later on we get her telling Katara what happened while she was kidnapped.
Yeah.
And it directly parallels, well, not directly, but it parallels Katara's little creative episode in The Runaway when she figures out, hey, I can bend my sweat. Hama's in the same situation. She's like, there's not as much direct danger because Katara needs to get out now or they're going to be turned into the Fire Nation. But she's already captured her will and her spirit are near the breaking point, and so she's just trying to come up with stuff, trying to figure out a way to get out of there. And she gets that creative little idea. It's like, hey.
What's horrifying is Hama is a victim.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
Definitely.
she was kidnapped and spent years in that awful prison.
it's a cycle of abuse.
Yeah.
Like, she pays
Her
a
character,
fine, and it's just as awful.
her character reminds me of 11 from Stranger Things, to be honest, because 11 was also imprisoned and she can control people somewhat in that same way. I thought that was cool to compare it to that. Just like
That is a pretty good comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think with the rats actually made me think of Stranger Things, the last season.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, it's just imagining the fact that she spent years experimenting on rats.
Mm-hmm.
Like only once a month, but still.
Like little science labs do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a story that explores the horrors of war and the horrors of being a prisoner during a war and the mental and physical cost of that. And you'll get all that in a Nickelodeon animated kid show. So
Hooray!
Pretty impressive.
Amazing.
Also, I will say also for this episode, the best waterbender on waterbender fight.
Yeah.
Like you were saying earlier, how like Hama was just kind of like snatching it from the trees, and they would go pop. That was really cool.
Yeah, freaking insane.
The shot where Sokka's blade is coming towards Aang, and the way that they chose to go to Katara's face instead of what she actually did with the bloodbending and sort of shielding that shot until afterwards, when it's happened already, when Katara's done it. I thought that was a really cool choice. I thought it was very smart, very suspenseful. It also shows like how Katara is already denying that she has that part accessible to her. She can do it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a good shot, good moment.
Speaking of good moments, just a good moment of foreshadowing earlier in the episode when Hama absorbs all the water from that patch of lilies, like that Katara's like, oh, these, I think they were like fire lilies or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they're beautiful. It's like, yes, they are. Dead. And
Yeah.
just for some water, and that gives you a nice little bit of foreshadowing towards her character.
Yeah.
She's been pushed to the point where she can't appreciate that kind of beauty, not when there's a war going on.
I like how they start. Oh, sorry, you're still going. Sorry, it paused. Go ahead.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was done. That was
Oh,
it.
okay. I like how they start the episode telling ghost stories, because that energy that you get telling a ghost story stays throughout the whole episode. Because in the beginning, like even with the flowers, you feel like something's off, like something's wrong. Even Sokka like delivers that. So they did a really good job keeping that tone throughout the whole.
That's what made me
definitely
think
has
it was a Halloween.
vibe. Yeah, I was about to say that. Like, it definitely has a Halloween vibe there.
Yeah. This is definitely one of my favorites. As creepy as it was, like it was one of my favorites, definitely.
Great.
I think it was my favorite overall. Maybe,
And you
I
were
don't know.
right, Olivia.
Mm-hmm.
No, I texted Olivia after I finished watching it.
This was the one that Nora fell asleep to because Jaren texted me after he finished watching it, and I was like, "Oh, I wonder if Nora's seen it so that we can film and I can tell her that waterbending is very powerful." And she was like, "No, I fell asleep."
It wasn't like it was at the very beginning. And to be fair, it was like 2 a.m. and I was trying to watch all the episodes at once, as I do. And I fell asleep like right after they told the ghost story. Like, so we hadn't even met her. Like, if I met her,
Fell
I
asleep
just walked in.
after hearing the story of Nini.
Yes.
How?
I don't know. It wasn't. They weren't there. They were in the Fire Nation. It's not like Nini was gonna jump nations.
I mean, she wants to get warm. Why would she not go to the Fire Nation?
Well, I don't know, Daniel.
Right.
I was too comfortable on my sofa to worry about Nini.
Mhm.
I slept like a babe.
Well, I think we've covered all the
I would
episodes.
definitely, and I would definitely love, like, at the end of the series, bringing up the topic of bending, having just a big discussion about the different types of bending. That'd be fun,
Yeah.
because there's so much to
Yeah.
discuss about each type.
I'm
But
glad,
that's a topic for a different time.
Yeah, another time.
I'm glad the water can finally pull water out of air, like it should have been this whole time.
Yeah.
No, Daniel.
Okay.
Oh, there he is.
Sorry, I had to do something real fast. But
We're already done? That was so fast. I don't want to be over.
oh, Nora, we have so many episodes left.
No, but I mean of this podcast.
We can still
It's
talk.
not about normal time.
We can still talk like we usually do.
I was just having fun, guys.
We'll still have fun. I think you guys will
Still-
definitely have fun with the next episodes. So it's very important because I don't want Netflix to screw us again, like they did back in book 2. So we are watching 3 episodes for the next podcast.
Yeah.
Chapter 9,
Yeah.
Chapter 10, and Chapter 11. However, Netflix has combined 2 of those episodes into one big one. So you'll watch the next 2 Netflix episodes. One will be about 20 minutes, the other about 40-something minutes. It's very important that you watch them this way.
So
Gotcha.
only watch
They are.
Yes. It's 3 episodes of the show, but it's 2 episodes on Netflix.
wait. So only watch.
It's like last time that happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Watch the next 2 Netflix episodes.
Next
Yeah.
2.
That time it happened in book 2 actually genuinely surprised me. I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
Me too.
Oh.
It's another two-parter, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I thought maybe just Daniel hadn't noticed, and I was like, oh, we tricked Daniel. We get to binge more than he said.
I don't think we can trick the guy who got us to watch it in the first place.
Listen, that's how my mind was working. I was like, look at us bending the system.
Bending the system.
Pun intended.
So I'm prepared for it now because, and you will understand why after you've seen the episodes. Why I want you to stop there.
You're
Yeah.
gonna leave me with
I
that
have a bad feeling about this.
I
You're gonna
will-
leave me
Appa's
with
Lost
that.
Days too.
No.
Jaren.
You caught me. Appa gets kidnapped again. Sandbenders found him in the Fire Nation.
Daniel,
So-
I would leave the podcast. I would exit myself.
She's walking.
I'm walking and I'm taking Olivia with me.
We're walking.
And you know what? I'm taking Jaren with me too. We're walking.
Fine.
Joey, you
Okay,
can walk with us too. We'll just leave Daniel alone. We're walking.
that's fair. I mean, after you watch Appa's Lost Days Part 2, 3, and 4, our next couple of episodes, you'll definitely want to walk.
I would personally.
She wouldn't even
sue
finish the
Nickelodeon.
first one.
No, I would sue Nickelodeon, and I'd be like, I'm done.
Why would you air this?
On that note, do you want to sing us out?
I think I should sing. I think instead of singing us out, I should compose what would be my letter if I was suing Nickelodeon.
Okay.
Do it.
They can't see the video, but I want you to know I'm going to be pretend typing. Okay. And I'm going to do it in a Karen voice. Dear Nickelodeon, period.
Oh god.
Wait, no, backspace, comma. I was disgusted, absolutely revolted by the airing of your last 3 episodes. Appa is the best character that has ever existed on the history of the planet, and what you did has insulted my eyeballs. I am personally suing on the account of emotional harassment because Appa is carrying the whole show, yet you have done nothing but degrade him and dredge him through the slime. So if you could stop that, that would be greatly appreciated. But you know what? You are going to stop it because I'm suing your orange slime butt. Sincerely, Karen. Thank you.